I think this Sunday after Thanksgiving, is Christ the King Sunday in High Church seasonal liturgical calendar. It wasn't one of my favorite Sundays as a pastor. I think I made it into more of a Thanksgiving Sunday again, of giving thanks together. But we're coming into Advent next week. And I had the idea of, then we talk in Advent about themes, about faith, joy, love, peace. But there's a theme coming to my mind that I'm going to start Advent earlier a little bit this year. And I think I started last week. Find the joy within, inside, and the joy will burn out the pain. So I'm on this joy theme. So I'm going to call it the joy factor and riff on joy for the few weeks coming up in Advent. Joy. I think it was Paul Tillich who said joy. No, Madeleine L'Engle. I don't even say her name right, but she said, joy is the infallible sign of the presence of God. I have a long ways to go in this experiencing joy, living in joy, being in joy, cultivating joy, choosing joy. I have a long ways to go, but I want it. Life's too short. So joy is the infallible sign of the presence of God. How can you tell the presence of God in our lives? Am I living in joy? It's a choice. And then in the big book of AA, it says, we are sure God wants us to be happy, joyous, and free. Yes, 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 and yes. And as I go through this joy thing, we live in, we move in, we have our being in a joyful God. God created joy and wants us to live in joy. So how do we do that better? How can I do that better? How can I experience that more? And I had an experience, last week I was raking leaves. And I'm so in my mind. My mind is so full of worries, concerns, good things too, things to think about, things to plan for, but mind constantly full. And I miss the moment. I miss being mindful instead of having my mind full. And I've been learning this technique, and I've known it before, but I'm using it again, but I'm applying it to myself, and it's helping me in some ways. How can I drop the thoughts? How can I become present in the moment? I'm using my senses to do that. And you may have heard, when you're anxious or you need to get grounded, think of 5 things. Let your mind turn to 5 things that you see. 4 things that you hear. 3 things that you can touch, touch. And maybe even 2 things that you can smell, one thing that you can taste. So I'm learning to use my senses to help me get present to God and present to the joy, the experience of joy. So I was raking the leaves and I was in my mind thinking of things to do. I didn't really want to rake the leaves, and then it dawned on me to see, and there was little snowflakes coming down, a little bit like now, but a little bit bigger. And it was the first snow. And it dawned on me to simply see the snow. And in seeing the snow, it was almost like a religious experience. It was mystical. It was magical. And I was in the moment. And in that moment, I experienced joy and happiness. Because my mind wasn't full. I was mindful. So the joy is there as I become present, where God is present, in the here and now. There's a secret here that I want it to become a habit and experience it more and more and more. So how can you know you're in God? How can I know I'm in God? I'm in joy. more and more and more, I'm in joy. So may this be a season of Advent joy, not only waiting for joy, but living in joy and coming into it, knowing how to access it in this beautiful God that we live in, move in, have our being in. And Jesus is our teacher in living a life of joy. More to come. Happy Christ the King Sunday. Looking forward to Advent and Christmas. So take what's helpful, leave the rest. Until next time, may you live all the days of your life.